The Bed Event, a Hypixel fanfiction. Disclaimer: the players that appear in this story are in no way related to their actual selves. I have no actual hate towards anyone who is displayed as evil, and they most certainly are not evil in real life. Chapter 1. Lose it all or win it all. I awoke that morning to the sound of the hype train. Its long whistles were extremely annoying. "I hate that thing," I mumbled under my breath. I tried my best to go back to sleep, but the train just kept going. I eventually gave up and went to my closet. I grabbed my black leather pants, my white dress shirt, and my black jacket. After putting them on, I grabbed my red tie. I went to my mirror and adjusted the length. "There we go," I said to myself. I walked downstairs and saw my brother, XX Squirtle YT XX, eating a cake. "Why are you eating cake for breakfast?" I snapped at him. I was a little upset at him on account of the joke he did yesterday. "Just because I trolled you, it doesn't mean you have to hold a grudge against me," he replied. "You humiliated me in Bed Wars by standing on top of my bed for 10 minutes and killing me every time I got near you," I yelled back. I walked out of the door in frustration and slammed it behind me. My friend, Prince Gaming YT, was standing outside. "Seems pretty heated in there," he said to me. "You heard the whole thing, didn't you?" I asked him. "Yep," he replied. "You know, you can't hate him forever, right?" Yeah, I know." "Sky Wars?" "Sure." We walked over to Town Square, or as most of Hypixel called it, the main lobby. As we were walking towards the portal, something caught my eye. It was a female player with blonde hair and a red name tag that said, "Admin, Robbity Bobbity." She was handing out flyers to players that walked by. I headed over to see what it was, and Prince followed behind me. "What's going on?" I asked her. "There's a Hypixel event taking place soon for everyone MVP Plus and above," she replied. "If you're interested in participating, feel free to take a flyer." "Sure," Prince responded. "Why don't we go to my house and look it over?" he asked me. "Alright," I replied. I turned back to Robbity Bobbity and said, "Thanks." When we got back to Prince's house, I started looking over the flyer. It read, "The Bed Event. This is a new once-in-a-lifetime Hypixel event for every player MVP Plus and above. If you are interested in participating, then meet Robbity Bobbity at the carousel to the right of the lobby at 12 p.m. P.S. You will get to choose another player to be your teammate throughout this event. If you win, you get MVP Plus forever, but if you lose, your rank will get reduced to MVP. I looked at Prince and could tell that he was considering participating in this event. "I'll participate if you do," he said. "Alright, I'll do it," I replied. "Let me go tell my brother." As I walked back to my house, I checked my compass. It read 10:30 a.m. I walked into my house, but I didn't see Squirtle anywhere. "Where is he?" I asked myself. "I don't have time for this." I went to turn around, but then I heard footsteps from upstairs. Squirtle walked down and instantly saw the flyer in my hands. "What's that?" he asked me. "It's what I wanted to talk to you about," I replied. I handed him the flyer, and he read it carefully. "So, I can't participate?" he asked me. "I'm afraid not," I replied. "You need MVP Plus, and you don't have a rank." "Are you going?" he asked me. "Of course," I responded, "and Prince is my teammate." "I don't think you should go," he stated. "It's too risky." But I've already told Prince that I'm going," I snapped back. "I don't care what you say. I don't listen to people who play pranks." And with that, I once again stormed out of the house. I checked my compass. 11 a.m. it read. "Well, I have time for maybe one round of Sky Wars," I thought to myself. 45 minutes later. I quickly rushed home to grab my mystical cloak and my chromate slime. When I got them, I rushed out the door, towards the carousel, and I saw Prince there. I could tell that he was looking for me from the worry in his eyes. "Prince! Prince!" I yelled as I ran over to him. "I'm over here!" "Oh, good," he said with relief. "I thought you had bailed on me." "Nice cloak," he said. "Oh yeah, I also have this," I said as I put on the chromate slime. "Attention, players of Hypixel. Robbity Bobbity shouted as she walked across the front of the carousel. Many players are gathered here today to participate in a series of Hypixel minigames. We have changed some of the rules for certain games, and they will be picked randomly. Now, if you are confident that you want to participate, please take out your compasses and point them towards the person you choose to be your teammate. Prince took out his compass and pointed it towards me. I then got a notification on my compass. It was a team invite from Prince. I accepted it. Now that all of you have picked teammates, I will spin a wheel and decide which minigame we are playing, Robbity Bobbity announced. She stepped off stage, and suddenly the carousel disappeared. In its place was a giant spinner wheel with Hypixel minigame symbols on it. It started turning and went on for a good solid minute. It finally landed on a picture of a red and blue bridge. Our first minigame will be the bridge, announced Robbity Bobbity. You will face one other team of 2 in a match to 5 points. A commotion started building up within the crowd, bickering and questions. For those of you that don't know what the bridge is, let me explain, announced Robbity Bobbity as she pulled out a script. She began to read a description of the bridge, but I wasn't listening to her. All I could think about was the many times and many ways I and Prince had played the bridge before. End of Chapter 1.